With no choice but to acquiesce to Sorslay's demands, House Wolffort loads a merchant's cart with contraband salt and sets off across their own homeland in disguise. Through benighted forests and desolate mountains, they forge a path, staving off the assault of thievish bandits and finally reaching Aesfrosti. Upon crossing into new territory, they find themselves surrounded by soldiers clad in black. Expecting yet another skirmish, the Wolffort steel themselves for combat. However, the warriors lower their weapons. Through the mists, an unexpected figure appears, Svarog Aesfrosti, Lord of Twinsgate and keeper of his country's borders.
This is quite the development. My very uncle buying salt outside of the Consortium's purview.
The lion's share of the surprise is mine, I assure you. Who would be aiding me in this illicit endeavor but the noble Wolfforts?
Circumstances have caused us to set aside pride for the sake of survival.
Of course, I understand. Oft we must travel the only road available to us.
And what road has brought you here, Uncle? I cannot imagine you have come with Gustadolf's blessing.
What road indeed? My own circumstances have caused me to look outside my humble station, to find the means I require. A reckoning is at hand, and I must needs be ready for it. To that end, I must ask. And pray do not waste my time with mistruths. Do you know who murdered my son?
No. I'm sorry.
I see. Gustadolf would have me believe that an agent of Glenbrook dealt the fatal blow.
That's impossible.
Is it? You speak as if you were there, Frederica.
She was. As was. We were with Dragan during his...
You were? And yet, you do not know who killed him. I will ask once more, and once more only. Who murdered my son?
We were the only representatives from Glenbrook at the mines that day. The arrow that killed your son was loosed by an Aesfrosti soldier.
We were attacked and fought back the assault, but they did not flee without a parting gift.
Your story is convenient, but that alone is no reason to discount it. Besides, it does offer an interesting perspective on the matter. Let us say you have the truth of the matter. That would mean Gustadolf has been lying through his teeth. That would come as a shock to many, I'm sure. Regardless, nightfall is come. Camp within our gates tonight.
Do you believe us?
What is there to believe? This meeting never occurred.
Now follow me.
I'm still a bit annoyed that we had to spend all that time protecting Dragan and then he dies in a cutscene. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Triangle Strategy. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we fought off a bunch of bandits at this abandoned village, and this time we got some decision on the scales.
So, that's how it went, eh? Glad you came back to us with your head on your shoulders. Given the lies he's been fed, it couldn't have been easy for Svarog to keep his composure.
Still, it will be no easy task to assuage his doubts. I fear it may not be long until he gives into his desire for revenge, justified or not.
Perhaps.
but I very much had the sense that his opinion of Gustadolf was less than favorable. So long as we share the same enemy, there's a chance to build faith between us.
I had the same intuition. Would that we could lend weight to our claims.
There must be something that can sway him.
Perhaps a secret will suffice. We have one of great value to the right person.
Huh? What are you on about? No. You can't mean...
None would rather see the Archduke laid low more than I. If Svarog knew I still lived, we might find common cause. With the Prince of Glenbrook behind him, his opposition would be justified.
The enemy of our enemy, eh? Wish we had more than a feeling to go on.
Once this secret is revealed, there will be no turning back.
It is a gamble, yes. However, this may be our best and only option to gain support from within Aesfrost.
There is much to consider. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter. Do we keep Roland's secret our secret? Or do we trade it for a potential ally?
Lord Svarog's trust or Roland's safety. Must be careful not to reveal anything when deliberating with the others. Perhaps they can gain some insight from the soldiers outside. A very risky proposition indeed. Let me just first grab everything within this room. Anything else? Nope. Sorry if I am coughing a little bit in the past few episodes, or if I sound a little bit off in the past few episodes. A little bit sick, but... Well, I would normally want to wait until I'm a little bit better, because I do a lot of recording in advance. I do not have much recording in advance. Lord Svarog was concerned for Lady Frederica when the Archduke invaded Glenbrook. To see her unarmed has both put him and our soldiers at ease. Might I inquire as to what brought Lady Frederica and her near house all the way to Quinsgate? That's a... Yeah. Protect everyone. Yes, a man such a bold answer means you have nothing to hide, Lord Cerno. I'm beginning to feel like this is more of an interrogation than an innocent questioning. No, sir. My sincerest apologies if I made you feel such. If you truly wish for an answer, ask Lord Svarog himself. I shan't be responding in his stead. But of course. We will not be returning. That would be foolish. Most of the soldiers stationed here at Twinsgate have worked with Lord Svarog for years. As such, we trust his judgment. No harm will befall you as long as you have his permission to be here, no matter the reason. It's a big gate. This would be great for, like, Archibald to fight on, or Huette. Lord Svarog told us not to announce your visit to the Archduke. Such an edict means he doesn't want others finding out what's happened here. It's suspicious, to say the least. I mean, yeah, it's suspicious on pretty much every count. The masked man with you bears a striking resemblance to the famed Sir Maxwell. Though he may be a rival to the duchy, I respect him deeply as a fellow warrior. But he gives off much younger air than I thought he would. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable answer. I see. So the mask hides not only its expression, but its age as well. Not to mention it would be hard for enemies to judge what sort of attack will be coming next. The Donspear is a true genius, taking measures to ensure his victory even before the battle has begun. I always admired Sir Maxwell, but you have given me newfound respect for him. For that, I thank you. No problem, random citizen. Explore around. Big open field. This would be an absolute killing field for Archibald. Just park him up on top of the gate. That might even be too high for a ladder from Jens. Entirely possible. Archduke Gustadolf had Lord Svarog sent all the way here to the Twins' Gate. Soldiers like us were likewise forced to the borders alongside him because of that bad blood. So the Dutch is not as united as expected. Lord Svarog was overcome with grief when he heard of his son's murder. The Archduke said it was all a plot by Glenbrook to seize control of the Grand Nosilian mines. I would not be surprised if Lord Svarog begrudged the royal family because of it. Gustadolf claimed that it was King Ragnar who gave the order to have Lord Dragan slain. But what we saw at the mine that day proves otherwise. How do we get Lord Svarog to believe us? Whatever our path, we must tread carefully. No matter if his son's death is a sensitive one. Any mistake could cost us our lives. Dragan, beloved son. That's a nice note to have. Would it be cool if Dragan was like a playable character in some aspect? There's a shiny. There's a couple of shinies. Quality timber. I'd have to go all the way around with the janky exploration controls. Oh, this is just lovely. Hey. Meow. And it was right here. Ranged HP recovery spells. That's actually pretty good. Especially for Medina. But I believe that to be it. So we'll head back inside, and the question is, which side will we be taking? Giving up Roland's secret so soon after he's rejoined us seems like a bit of a foolish idea. That said, we do need Svarog to trust us. So, both of them have their upsides and downsides. But ultimately, what my decision comes down to is the golden path. I have alluded to this a few times, especially in the first playthrough, that there is an ideal ending. There is a way to get everyone on board. There is a way to have a sort of happily ever after. This is a decision that counts for that. I believe I mentioned back in our first playthrough that going to Hyzant already locked us out of that path. Here, we get another decision, and it is why we need to do that. In order to continue on with the golden path, we need to reveal Roland's identity. And as such, because I don't want to go down that path quite yet, I will be doing the opposite. Revealing Prince Roland's identity may loan Lord Svarog's cooperation, but at what cost? We have to arrive at a decision. What are your thoughts, Sarno? You do not believe we should reveal Prince Roland's identity, correct? Yeah, that's true. I can. The competitive ethos would lead to a brutal fight, with both sides doing whatever it took to win. We would hand them Prince Roland, the perfect pawn. Before him, Glenbrook would be drawn into their machinations. May learn Lord Svarog's cooperation, but at the cost of even greater calamity. Thank you, my lord.
Me?
If we hide the prince's identity from Lord Svarog but fail to win his trust, we may all end up facing punishment. In which case, would not a forthright admission give us a better chance of gaining his favor? It's said that the enemy of our enemy is our friend. If we negotiate well, Lord Svarog may very well be persuaded to join our fight against Gustadolf. Yeah, he could just blackmail us. You are right, of course. There is a chance of failure or betrayal.
I don't know.
But there's no safe path for us to take here. If we do not willingly enter dangerous ground, nothing will be achieved. Of course, we do so with reasonable faith in our success. So we must take risks to find out for certain. To make the right decision, one must gather as much information as possible. Please, feel free to be frank with your thoughts. How do you view Lord Svarog? Yeah, all of these are reasonable. But I think... I mean, obviously, we've seen that this is true, but he doesn't really act on his ambition or rebelliousness all too much. He's stayed holed up at the Twain Gate for so long, he's basically not questioned Gustadolf. You're certainly right about that, my lord. Aesfrosti is the enemy, and they must pay for what they've done. Though I hesitate to apply the same antipathy to Lord Svarog. They remain good, trustworthy people within Aesfrost borders. People have no love for Gustadolf's leadership.
Time to think.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. I still have much to consider. I don't think that the unlocked option would be the right one there, so...
Say,
If we can gain Svarog's trust by revealing my identity, then it is what we ought to do. We must restore Wolfort if we are to reclaim the kingdom. Danger to me is of little consequence. I see we're now of like mind here. Might I ask your reasoning? Yeah, that's true.
certainly.
Svarog and Sorcerer are both involved in illicit salt trade. There is sure to be some bartering between them. I cannot deny the possibility that I'll be used as a bargaining tool. If us End were to learn who I am, that would give Sorcerer even more of an advantage over us. I know you are concerned for me. Please do not think me ungrateful for that, yet I remain unconvinced. Let's continue this discussion. Yeah. Yes, if Christophe were to learn I am still alive, he would summon the full might of the duchy to eliminate me. Then I would have abandoned the royal signet for naught, and will once again be stand on the precipice. If we misjudge Svarog's intentions, we'll be courting disaster. Anyhow, I know now where you stand on this matter. I'll need to think on this further.
Yes?
Lord Svarog has been an ideal resource to learn more about Aesfrost's inner workings. Though what happened to Lord Dragan was truly unfortunate, it could provide us the perfect opportunity to uncover the duchy's true intentions. You believed not best not to reveal Prince Roland's true identity. Pray tell me how you intend to conduct the negotiations. True, it would be... Yeah, I think we just go with that.
Impossible.
I believe the opposite. Power struggle within the duchy provides us with a great opportunity. Starting with this negotiation, we could establish a foothold within the duchy and stake our claim. Victory will never be achieved if you continually avoid the obstacles instead of overcoming them, Lord Cernel. I understand now where you stand in Prince Roland's situation. What you are truly saying is that you do not trust Lord Svarog, is it not? Yeah, that's true. As a likely outcome,
Indeed.
Prince Roland's existence would provide Lord Svarog the justification he needs for rebellion. Just as Archduke Gustav used Princess Cordelia as his puppet, Lord Svarog will attempt to do the same with Prince Roland. If that happens, we'll become entangled in a power struggle within the duchy, and made to join battles we had no intention of fighting. In the worst instance, it may lead to a direct conflict between the two figureheads, Prince Roland and Princess Cordelia. I've heard your thoughts on the important matter of the present, Lord Cernel. Yeah, they bring up good points. If we reveal Roland's identity, it could lead to civil war both within the duchy and within Glenbrook. You get different puppets vying for power all over, lots of people die, there's chaos all around. But I believe we have enough to at least convince people to the cause we want.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we reveal that it is Roland behind the mask, or do we keep his identity a secret? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You've convinced me.
Okay, Roland decides to keep himself a secret.
I believe I can decide this matter with confidence.
Okay, Benedict believes us. Frederica, of course.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Gila, very good decision. As for Anna,
I agree.
alright, then we are unanimous in keeping Roland a secret. Scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
The way forward is decided. We keep Roland's identity a secret, and find another way to win Svarog's trust. Very well. Roland's secret shall remain with us and us alone. Still, it would be wise to plead our case to Svarog. To that end, I would speak with him on the morrow.
Then I shall arrange an audience. In the meantime, let us consider how we might sway him to our point of view.